Haunted Chocolatier is the eagerly awaited next outing from Stardew Valley creator Eric Barone aka ConcernedApe, which you could probably tell from a quick glance. While there's a strong resemblance with the beloved farm life sim, Haunted Chocolatier's ditching the farm business for sweeter pastures, it's chocolate shop sim time. Also, there are ghosts. Barone revealed Haunted Chocolatier with a surprise announcement back in 2021. While the unveiling immediately sent the frothing masses of Stardew fans into a frenzy of excitement, Barone quickly retreated back behind the curtain to work on the life sim in secret. Can't blame him, really. Frothing masses can be a lot. Still, we've gotten a few brief glimpses at what to expect from the Stardew successor. Haunted Chocolatier will take us into a world of ghosts and confections in a new adventure from Stardew Valley developer and creator Eric Barone, aka ConcernedApe. The exciting project was first announced in October 2021, with our very first look coming by way of a gameplay trailer. Since then, Barone has been busy working on an update for the beloved pixelated farming sim, but we've seen some more screenshots drop for what has quickly become one of the most highly anticipated new games. With every update and tidbit of information, excitement only grows. Most recently, we got another screen from ConcernedApe, which immediately brought to mind Stardew Valley's opening with Grandpa's oversized bed. It seems the mysterious figure is having a very terrible dream, and we're certainly intrigued to find out more. Said to be closer to an action RPG in its direction, there's already some interesting details out there. If Haunted Chocolatier reaches the heights of Stardew Valley, we'll have one of the best indie games of all time on our hands, and possibly one of the best PC games overall. Currently, Haunted Chocolatier doesn't have a set release date. In an FAQ posted back in 2021, Barone stated that, "I can't commit to a release date yet, as it's still relatively early in development. It's likely that the Haunted Chocolatier release date will fall sometime in 2025. However, this is based on a rough time scale suggested by developer ConcernedApe. Given that Barone said in a tweet earlier this year that he was taking a break from Haunted Chocolatier to work on a Stardew Valley update, we could even be looking at an even more distant release date. We've estimated this release date based on Barone's comments in an interview with Screen Rant in December 2022, in which he confirmed that Haunted Chocolatier was gonna be a while. He then referred to the development time of Stardew Valley, which took 4.5 years to get out. Given that Barone started work on Haunted Chocolatier between late 2020 and early 2021, this would take us to mid-2025 at best, without delays and with a similar development time to Stardew. After dedicating 10 years of my life to Stardew Valley and counting, Barone announced that he had begun working on his next game, Haunted Chocolatier, in October 2021. It's worth remembering that Haunted Chocolatier, like Stardew Valley, is a solo project, and quite an ambitious one. Some screenshots of the game are available on the official website, and keen-eyed fans have spotted a potential release date clue, putting the game much further ahead than 2025. In the final image on the page, the total amount of currency, seen in the top right-hand corner of the screen, shows 2023. Something this is a hint that we could see the game later this year. 2020 appears in a progress bar on the left side of the screen, perhaps around when development first began. However, given the reasons we've laid out, we think this is a little too optimistic, as much as we'd love to see Haunted Chocolatier released early next year. In terms of what platforms Haunted Chocolatier is expected to release on, the FAQ also confirms that PC is the only certainty, but there's every intention of bringing it to other major platforms as well. Haunted Chocolatier will absolutely be coming out on PC, but there has been no mention of other platforms. There's no word on Haunted Chocolatier's system requirements just yet. Given its pixel art visuals, we don't expect it to require cutting-edge hardware, but we'll know for sure closer to launch. Stardew Valley eventually made its way to consoles and mobile, so we're assuming Haunted Chocolatier will be readily available to all gamers as well. Instead of a farming simulation, Chocolatier is a shop sim where you'll be creating chocolate and selling it in your store. Like Stardew, Chocolatier has a local town full of stores and NPCs with their own stories that you'll get to know as you grow your shop. I'm not sure how best to describe it, Barone said in his announcement blog post, but at its core, the gameplay loop involves gathering ingredients, making chocolate, and running a chocolate shop. One thing that Barone has gone a little deeper on is the combat, which he says is a greater focus in his next game. Chocolatier will have shields, which you can use to block attacks and stun enemies as a result. Barone says there will be other offhand items as alternatives to shields to complement different playstyles. The reveal trailer also showed a player using a bow and arrow. We haven't gotten much explanation on exactly how running your chocolate shop works, but there are some snippets to catch in the reveal trailer. You can spot a player choosing from different countertop styles, setting out different types of chocolate on the counters in their shop, and a crowd of characters walking around the shop while it's open as your ghost friends carry chocolate over their heads. Baron also mentioned in an interview with VG Kami that Chocolatier will have romantic relationships again. There will be relationships like in Stardew Valley. I haven't decided exactly how the system will work yet, and I expect to approach some things differently this time around. Haunted Chocolatier development is on pause while Stardew gets updated. Baron announced on Twitter in April 2023 that he'd placed his work on Haunted Chocolatier on temporary hiatus, thanks to an in-progress 1.6 update for Stardew Valley that's taking priority. Worth noting is that 1.6 looks to be a smaller scale update than Stardew's last patch. Baron's offered a few more details about what Stardew 1.6 will include in the months since. As of September 2023, it seems like Stardew 1.6 remains Baron's current development priority. This update mostly changes for modders, which will make it easier and more powerful to mod. But there is also new game content, albeit much less than 1.5. I'm taking a break from Haunted Chocolatier to work on this at the moment. While Haunted Chocolatier is indeed the next game from Eric Baron, the famed Stardew Valley developer is still working on other projects. As back in April, it was revealed that they are taking a short break from Haunted Chocolatier production to focus on the new Stardew Valley 1.6 update, which will deliver quality of life improvements for the vast modding community. Once that's out of the way, Baron will return to the new life sim. About being multiplayer or not, this is an important question for many Stardew fans who enjoyed farming together with a pal. However, according to the frequently asked questions section on the game's website, Haunted Chocolatier will feature solo play only. Even though Baron doesn't have plans to change this in the future, do keep in mind that Stardew was initially a solo-only game as well. You never know, as Haunted Chocolatier is going to be single-player only. With Stardew Valley, multiplayer was added as a major game update after launch. Baron isn't planning to do the same thing this time around. As with Stardew's early days though, it's possible that modders will find a way to add multiplayer even without official support. Dropping a short combat clip in late October 2021, Baron disclosed that Haunted Chocolatier has a greater focus on combat compared to Stardew Valley. The combat system is created from scratch and should offer room for different play styles. That includes a defensive approach, thereby using a shield to block and stun opponents. In addition to the shield, there will be a variety of off-hand items. In early 2022, Baron confirmed that Haunted Chocolatier players can build relationships with in-game characters, similar to Stardew Valley. However, he also revealed that he'll approach some things differently this time around. What that means exactly, who knows? A Haunted Chocolatier screenshot from August 2022 shows a monstrously large bee inside a giant honeycomb. We can draw two careful conclusions from this. Haunted Chocolatier will throw us some pretty intimidating enemies, and we'll be mixing our cocoa with honey. Even better, this beehive dungeon boss comes with its own soundtrack, and it's an absolute banger. Earning a response like it was a rare gift from a benevolent but distant god, after months without sign or symbol of Haunted Chocolatier, Baron descended to Twitter in September 2023 to bestow a blessing on this weary world. By which we mean he uploaded a Haunted Chocolatier screenshot. Here is that screenshot. While there are no hauntings or chocolates pictured, the old man bears a strong resemblance to the player's grandpa in Stardew Valley, igniting theories about a connection between the two games. A sequel, a prequel, a side-sequel, an AU? We'll have to wait and see. As you might expect, the screenshot also generated discussion about Baron's infrequent development updates. Responding in a tweet, Baron said, "There's plenty more that I haven't revealed. I just like to work in secret mainly." Casually revealed in a live stream back in April 2022, Haunted Chocolatier will evidently feature boss fights in its combat. Baron joined the composing software developers at Reason Studios to talk about the soundtrack process for Stardew Valley. Along the way, Baron debuted a track for a boss fight in Haunted Chocolatier. The track in question, judging from the title, Bee Boss, indicates that there'll be a boss fight against a bee enemy, probably encountered while gathering honey. For chocolate, Baron also revealed some of the game's general background music, with a more somber track called Pristine Snow. Baron hasn't specifically mentioned modding support or tools for Haunted Chocolatier yet, but we think it's a very safe bet to assume there will be mods for Chocolatier regardless. Baron was supportive of modders during his years of Stardew Valley updates, and the same will likely be true with Chocolatier. Given just how many Stardew Valley mods exist, fans of Baron's second game will likely be just as keen to start adding their own custom pieces. The gameplay trailer that was released alongside the announcement serves up a vertical slice of how the game's currently shaping up in its early stages. With a look at some of the combat, interactions, town setting, locales, and even some ghost sporting shades, there's plenty to see that has us excited. In the first Hello World blog post, Baron offers some insight into the kind of game Haunted Chocolatier will be, detailing some of the aims for the game and how it compares to Stardew Valley. While it's developing organically, and it may go in different directions, the post touches on the core gameplay loop, which involves gathering ingredients, making chocolate, and running a chocolate shop. There is of course more to it than that, but Baron emphasizes that they don't want to be tied to any particular concept and expressed a desire to explore more fantastical possibilities and experiences that take you beyond the ordinary, compared to the humble play of Stardew Valley. Chocolate represents that which is delightful, the post continues. The haunted castle represents the allure of the unknown. The ghosts represent the imprint of the past. All of these things are important. However, don't think for a moment that, because this game features ghosts in a haunted castle, it is an evil or negative game. On the contrary, I intend for this game to be positive, uplifting and life-affirming. However, if Stardew Valley mostly channeled the energy of the sun, Haunted Chocolatier channels the energy of the moon. Both are vital. The FAQ also describes Haunted Chocolatier as another town game like Stardew Valley, where you move to a new town and try out a new way of living. Not unlike the residents of Pelican Town, you'll be able to get to know the townspeople in Haunted Chocolatier and make progress in many ways. But the new adventure is closer to an action RPG in comparison to Stardew Valley, and it will be a single-player experience. A later blog post update offered us more insight into the combat of Haunted Chocolatier, which is a bigger part of the experience in comparison to Stardew Valley. As we've seen so far in the early gameplay footage and some screenshots, there will be different weapons we can use, including shields that will allow us to deflect hits as we take on various foes in the world. As the blog details, many attacks can be blocked, and doing so will cause an enemy to become stunned and allow for quick attacks. The shield and stun mechanic rewards more cautious, patient players who wait for a window of opportunity, Baron writes. But you don't have to play like this, you could just as well charge in aggressively, and if you can pull it off, you'll defeat enemies more quickly that way. There will be other offhand items besides shields that will complement different playstyles. Of course, everything that's been shown so far is a work in progress, so it may change over the course of the game's development, but it's exciting to see the kind of direction game is going in so far. Interestingly, a tweet also gave us a look at a screenshot of a big B4, which suggests we may be taking on boss battles. You can even listen to the music of the boss B.